So taking a moment to find a comfortable seat and find your sit bones and give yourself a moment to arrive on the mat this morning. Take in a long, deep inhale and an exhale, let it out. And bring a hand to heart right away and another hand atop and pause there. Notice once again your sit bones, find your ischial spines and connect them downward, deeply rooting them into the earth, finding a sense of safety, calm, and stability. And if it feels good, close your eyes. Eyes closed, hand to heart, safely resting on the earth. And my invitation this morning is going to be to learn to see with your heart. And this invitation comes from a very wise mentor of mine, Dr. Naomi Remen. And she taught the Healer's Art course when I was a medical student at UCSF a very long time ago. It was one of the first times she had taught the course. And she wrote a children's book recently called The Birthday of the World. And in that book, she talks about why she wrote it at the end. And I wanted to read that as we begin to open our thoughts about seeing with your heart. If you see with your heart, you can heal the world. Seeing with the heart is not something that we are taught. It is a capacity that we are born with. It is something we remember, but sometimes we forget how to see with our hearts as we get older. Like your eyes, your heart is an organ of vision, a way of seeing. When you look at everyone and everything with your heart, you see things that you would not if you only looked with your eyes. It's like the difference between seeing things in black and white and seeing things in color. When you remember and begin to see with your heart again, the world fills with color. You see the light that is hidden in everyone and everything. When you see with your heart, you notice things you have never noticed before. You can see below the surface of things, the appearances of things, and discover extraordinary things in ordinary people. When you see with your heart, you see what is hidden. You see the beginnings of things, the seeds that will one day become a mighty forest. When you see an acorn with your heart, you know that you are holding not a little woody thing, but a great tree in the palm of your hand. To see with the heart is to see the future. You are enough, just as you are, to heal the world. Love, Dr. Rachel. And her book is called The Birthday of the World. I'll send out information about it when I send out the recording of the class, so you can find it. And I'm also planning to read it during Shavasana. And so I want to offer today this idea of seeing with our hearts. I think in the midst of busy lives, we do stop seeing with our hearts. And so what would it feel like to see with your heart? What might be different if you approached life seeing with your heart, not just with your eyes? So with your hand to heart, take in a breath right into that little nook and cranny behind the heart space, filling it with breath, nourishing your heart. And exhale, letting your heart begin to see. Sending your heart more breath and light on the inhale. And exhale, letting it see. Perhaps taking a moment in your mind's eye to clean the windows of the heart. Likely cleaning the windows of your heart with love and slowness and kindness and compassion for yourself. When our hearts are not full and nourished, it's very hard for them to see. They're all constricted and tight. And so this class today is an opportunity to clean those windows of your hearts. Let your hearts fill completely, honoring that idea of diastole, softening, allowing the light in. So much of us send so much light out and love out and giving out, and yet we don't let the light in. And when we don't let the light in, we can't see with our hearts. And so taking in an inhale through your nose once again, letting the light in, nourishing your heart, and exhale, letting those light beams shine out a little bit through the fog, cleaning the windows, and allowing yourself to see with your heart, noticing what perhaps you see. Dr. Remen also offers 3 questions to help you see with your heart. And I will ask them here. And in between each, just pause and reflect. The first question is, what surprised you today? If it's first thing in the morning, this could be yesterday or this week, but what surprised you? What touched your heart? And what inspired you? So I invite you to ask those questions, perhaps every day for a bit, and see how you feel. In honor of Dr. Remen, today might actually be her birthday. I know it's right around now. And so we'll take a moment to honor her and her wisdom and this beautiful vision of seeing with your heart, not just with your eyes. And so take an inhale and inviting that vision of seeing with your heart. And then exhale, opening and softening. And then inhale, allowing yourself to see for a moment, letting whatever your heart would like to see. And exhale, let it out. And a moment of pause to be and enjoy how this concept feels, the permission it gives, the fresh perspective, curiosity, openness, noticing how you feel and giving a name to it. If you were seeing with your heart in this moment, what would you see? And I do believe what she says, when you see with your heart, we can heal the world. And so, as most of us here are healers and caregivers in some way, an invitation to move forward in this practice and in the weeks ahead, seeing a little bit more with your heart, with the hope of healing the world, ourselves included. So bring your hands to heart center, rub your palms together, inviting warmth. Bring your thumbs into your sternum. Finger pads reach towards the sky, elbows out wide. Connect those thumbs right into the sternum and right into your heart space. And set your intention. How would you like to move forward? Seeing with your heart a little bit more. What would that look like? How would you like to explore it? Take an inhale and a huge exhale, let it out. And lower your hands and open your eyes and let the light in. And in that spirit, we will be doing a lot of heart openers today. So bringing your hands up in front, clasp them at your sacrum, interlace your fingers, press your fists towards the floor, straighten your elbows, lower your shoulders, and puff your chest out. Notice here, pelvis is tilted forward, spine is stacked, chest is reaching towards the front, shoulders down and back. Press your hands towards the floor. Take an inhale through your nose. And on the exhale, drop your shoulders gently, smoothly, kindly, and enjoy. One breath here, breathing into any tightness in the neck and chest area. And a huge exhale, let it out, even through that constricted neck. Bring your shoulders back to shoulder height. Release your hands, shake them out. Reach them up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers once again. Flip the palms towards the sky. Extend your elbows, reach both side bodies, tall, 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 shimmy, reach, stretch. Huge inhale through your nose as you reach tall. Slight arch back. Exhale, round forward, suck your navel and come into cat. Inhale, reach tall, slight arch back. Head can look up towards the sky. That would feel good. Exhale, round forward, seated cat. Use your belly to keep you safe. Inhale, reach tall. Notice your heart open towards the sky. Visualize that shining light going right into the heart space as you slightly arch back in cow. Exhale, round forward. Let it out. Inhale, reach tall once again. Exhale, open your arms out towards the side. Flip your palms towards the front. Bring your scapula, pinch them together. Hands will move back about 4 inches, opening your heart space. Breathe into the heart here. Heart is light, shining forward, filling up the heart with light. Huge exhale. Lower your hands by your sides with straight arms, palms open towards the front. Pinch your scapula together as they reach the floor. Relax the scapula. Raise your arms up like windshield wipers, all the way up towards the sky. Exhale them out towards the side walls once again, palms face forward. Round into holding a beach ball in front. Fingers will come in front, belly will suck in like a seated cat, but holding a huge wealth of love in front, hugging it right into your heart space. Exhale, open your arms, stretch your arms out wide, a little like the Titanic drop. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Lower your hands towards the floor, shake them out. Roll your shoulders 3 times with kindness. Backwards and forwards. Inhale your arms up towards the sky once again. Drop your right palm to the floor, spread your fingers, press your hand onto the floor, bend your right elbow, lengthen the whole left side body, open the left rib cage, huge inhale. If it would feel good, gaze over the left shoulder, open the heart towards the sky, let the light in right into that heart space. Inhale right into your heart space, filling every nook and cranny with breath and love, stretching it, filling it. Exhale, gazes over the left shoulder, seeing with love. Press into the right hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach tall once again. Exhale, left hand, spread the fingers wide, place it gently on the earth. Right hip connects into the earth, right arm reaches over the right ear, lengthen the whole right side body. Breathe into it. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder, open your heart, bend your left elbow if that would feel good. Inhale, reach tall, reach. Exhale, twist gently, gaze over the shoulder, heart opens towards the sky. Let your heart see from this position. One more breath. Press into that left hand. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach tall once again. Engage your belly. Exhale, twist to the right. Drop your right hand behind you in a little tent. Left hand rests on the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, twist, ring it out. Notice your heart here. Heart is light, shining forward. Huge inhale right into that heart space, like a laser beam of light. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder, breathing into it. Heart is open and light in the chest. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist back to center. Drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Lengthen both side bodies, hips connected, rooted into the earth, belly strong. Exhale, twist to the left, drop left hand behind, right hand to left thigh. Inhale, lengthen your spine, grow tall right out of your pelvis, shoulders dropped, head, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, ring it out towards the left. Notice your heart light here. Let your heart see from this angle, giving it lots of new perspective and opportunity. Inhale into that heart space here, letting the heart stretch and fill. Exhale, breathe it out. Reach both arms up towards the sky, twist back to center. Lower your shoulders. Inhale, reach tall. Lower your arms out by your sides, down by your sides. Reclasp them at your sacrum. Drop your shoulders, press your fists to the floor, straighten your elbows once again. Take a huge inhale, heart shines forward. Exhale, drop your chin to chest, let it out. Chin comes back to neutral, release your hands and shake them out. Remove the block from under you and come to a seat. Stretch your legs long in front. Move the flesh of your seat with kindness. Find those sit bones. Once again, tilt the pelvic bowl forward and align your spine. Heart is open towards the front. You're really puffing your chest out all day today. Knees are gently bent. Ankles are flexed, toes spread wide, letting the light in through your toes. Notice that light coming all the way up through your legs, all the way through your belly, and right into the heart space from the bottom. Bring your two hands behind you, tense your fists like cupcakes, drop your shoulders. Inhale, chest puffs forward, knees lower towards the floor, Dandasana, heart is open. Huge inhale, and exhale, lower your knees towards the floor if that would feel good. Your heels may lift up, toes are stretched wide, all the energy here. Huge inhale once again, heart is light. And on the exhale, send the light out from your heart. See with your heart, envision that. Notice what your heart sees and how it sees differently. Huge inhale, softening the resistance in your heart, allowing it to fill completely. Exhale, breathe it out. Relax your toes, your legs, point your toes and flex your ankles, toes towards your knees. Point your toes once again, enjoying the release here, and bring your toes back towards your nose. Knees can bend gently, engage your belly, reach both arms up towards the sky, belly engaged. Exhale, fold forward towards your toes, ankles. Relax your head and neck and enjoy the release in the whole back body. Breathing into it here. Sending the breath and the light into the back of the heart space as you're folding forward. You can bend your elbows if that feels good. Lovely forward fold. Enjoying all of the sensations in the back of the legs, maybe your rear end, your back. Head and neck release fully. Send the breath right into the heart space here. Bathing it with light, love, vision. Slowly slide up your shins to your knees to your thighs. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, rock on those sit bones, have a little rock, grab your ankles, hug your ankles in towards you, coming into butterfly pose. Take your elbows, bend them slightly so your arms get out of the way of your chest. Inhale, sit up tall, ground your sit bones into the earth, heart shines forward, elbows lower towards your waist with your chest out of the way. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Huge inhale into that heart space. Heart is open towards the front. Exhale, lower your knees gently towards the floor, not all the way towards the floor. Butterfly pose. Inhale once again, huge inhale here. And an exhale, let it out. Relax your hands from your ankles. Stretch your legs long in front. Sweep them around and we'll come to hands and knees today, rolling over that left hip with kindness.
If you need a blanket under your knees, find that. Knees will be hips width, tops of the feet on the floor, and draw your attention to your hands. Spread your hands wide, wide, wide. Make sure that the flat, round part of your palm is flat on the floor to be kind to your wrists. Elbows engaged, humeral heads in the socket. Inhale into cow pose. Stick your rear end up, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, and your heart opens towards the front. In cow pose, take a breath here. Exhale, let it out while still in cow. Huge inhale. Filling the heart space. Exhale, round into cat. Drop your head and neck, spine loose. Bathe the spine with all of the breath. Inhale into cow pose. Envision your heart shining forward, beam of light, looking, scanning, gazing. Gaze forward as your heart shines forward. Exhale, round into cat. Navel reaches towards the sky. Once again, inhale for cow pose. Shine your heart forward. Heart opens and light. Exhale, round. Reach your navel towards the sky. Come back to tabletop. Notice your knees. Notice the tops of your feet on the floor. Once again, spread your fingers wide, taking good care of your hands here. Stretch your right leg long behind. Drop your right heel towards the floor. Reach your right arm towards the sky, coming into gate pose. Drop that right arm immediately into the left hip crease. Roll your right shoulder open, gaze up towards the sky. Heart is open. Bathe your heart with the light and breath here. Notice that right shoulder, tuck it back with kindness and enjoy the release. One more breath, huge breath in, pouring the breath and the light into all the nooks and crannies behind the heart here as it rolls open towards the sky. Exhale, reach your right arm towards the sky. Once again, lower it down. Come back to hands and knees. Even your hands and knees out. Ground into the right hand. Knees are even. Stretch your left leg long behind onto your toe. Drop your left heel. Reach your right arm towards the sky. Immediately drop your left hand into the right hip crease. Roll your shoulder open and gaze up towards the sky. Enjoy your heart space here. Take a moment here thinking about what cleaning the windows of the heart would look like so you can see. What sorts of things are in the way? Resistance, negative thoughts, frustration, maybe exhaustion. Maybe your heart needs some diastole to fill. What is it? Breathing into that heart space. Letting the light in. Exhale, let it out. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. Come back to hands and knees. Drop your hips back, coming into child's pose. Knees together to begin, if that works for you. Wiggle your hands as far forward as you can. Fingers by fingers, lengthen your hands. Lower your forehead towards the floor. And a moment here to connect with your heart space. You can relax your forearms onto the floor. Third eye connects downward into the earth, gathering wisdom. And taking a moment here to gather the wisdom from your third eye, from your heart space. All the other input is quiet. What does your heart have to say about seeing with it? What's needed to see with your heart? How might seeing with your heart help you heal yourself, others, and the world? Huge inhale and exhale. One more inhale right into your heart space. Exhale, release. Lifting up from child's pose, come through hands and knees. We're going to lower our forearms down and slide your knees back. Come into Sphinx pose. Notice the front of your hips on the floor. Front of your thighs is on the floor. Tops of your feet are on the floor. Using your belly and your mid spine to open your heart here. Forearms are on the floor. Spread your fingers wide. Use your arms and your forearms to take good care of your back. Heart shines forward once again. Crown of your head reaches towards the sky. Your glutes are engaged to your tops of the feet, connected to the earth. Take good care of yourself as you open your heart here. Inhale the breath right into this open heart space. Exhale, release, and let it out. One more huge breath into the heart space here. Exhale, let it out. Slowly tuck your toes, bring your elbows back towards you and shift back once again to child's pose this time to release the back, knees apart this time. Sit bones reach towards the heels, walk your hands as far forward as you can, lower your third eye towards the floor. Breathe into your chest, exhale, let it out. Another huge inhale here. Exhale, release, and sink down, softening. A soft heart often sees better. Is there anything you need to let go of to soften your heart? Slowly rise back up to hands and knees, bringing your knees back together. Take a moment to find your center. Walk your hands forward, a handprint, curl your toes, and lift up to downward dog. And pause here in downward dog. Widen your feet. Take really good care of you in downward dog. Notice what you need to do that. Do you need to take care of your fingers, your palms, your arms? Try to reach your sit bones as high as you can, the apex. Perhaps press into your hands, lower your head towards the floor, and lift up onto your heels in whatever way feels good to you. If it would feel good, press one heel towards the floor, bend the opposite knee. Switch sides if that would feel good. Come back to center. Notice if it would feel good to lift all the way up onto your tippy toes. Press into your hands, reach your sit bones towards the sky, even higher. Exhale, slowly lower your heels towards the floor and enjoy for a moment. Huge inhale. And exhale, let it out. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold. I invite you to widen your stance here today, but do what feels good to you. Each of our bodies is different here. Bring your elbows, your hands to opposite elbows, and release your head and neck towards the floor. And take a moment to find your center. It's much easier to see with our heart when we found our center. Take an inhale and an exhale. Lower your hands towards the floor. Left palm will land on the floor in between your feet. Spread your fingers wide. Bend your left knee, straight your right leg, reach your right arm towards the sky. Heart gazes upward towards the right hand. Huge inhale down through the right fingers into the heart space. Exhale, bring your right hand into your left hip crease. Roll your shoulder open and gaze upward if it works for your neck. Reach your right hand up towards the sky. Straight that right leg a little more. Reach your fingers towards the sky. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe in and out. Lower your right hand. Replace the left with the right. Bend your right knee. Straight the left. Twist to the left. Roll the left hand in one direction and the other. Gaze. Heart gazes up towards the left hand. Huge in-breath here. Exhale, drop your left hand into the right hip crease, gaze upward. Left leg is straight, right leg is bent. Exhale, release. Reach that left hand upward. Once again, arm straight, leg straight, big breath in. Exhale, lower down towards the floor. Engage your belly and roll up. Inch by inch by inch by inch by inch by inch, ever so slowly. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky and allow yourself to arrive here in Tadasana. Notice how you feel. Once again, giving yourself time to transition. Notice your feet. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Draw up the energy through your feet, through your thighs, into that pelvic bowl, all the way up. Tighten through your navel, align your spine. When you get to the heart, envision the heart light and full. Continue up your spine, all the way through the crown of your head. Reach your occiput towards the sky. Huge drink of breath. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Your heart shines forward here like a beam of light. Taking a moment to close your eyes and see with your heart. Notice what you see. Notice how you feel. One more deep in-breath right into that heart space, softening, filling. And on the exhale, seeing with your eyes closed, heart is seeing. Bring a hand to heart and another hand atop, taking good care of that heart space underneath. And perhaps some compassion for whatever it saw or whatever opinion it has about the fact that maybe you have been ignoring your heart. Taking in an inhale of kindness and compassion for the softness and tenderness of our hearts. Exhale, let it out. Lower your hands by your sides. Inhale them out and up towards the sky. Your palms will come together. Gaze upward towards your palms, slight arch back, heart reaching towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Once again, your heart is shining forward, rear end sticking backwards. Exhale, forward fold. Roll up inch by inch by inch by inch. Enjoy the whole way up. And pause at the top. Taking a breath. Exhale, palms open towards the front, Tadasana. Clasp your hands at your sacrum once again. Press your fists towards the floor, shoulders down and back. Look forward, heart opens towards the front. Exhale, let it out. Lift up onto your tiptoes here slowly if you can. Notice how you feel and lower them down. Let go of your hands, shake them out. Inhale your arms out and up once again towards the sky. Slight arch back and bring your hands to heart center. Pause for a moment, checking in with your heart space. Close your eyes and see with your heart here. Notice what you see. Exhale, let it out. Release your hands. If you are at the back of your mat, come to the front of your mat. We'll open our arms out and up towards the sky. Once again, slight arch back and fold forward, forward fold. From here, place your hands on the earth, step your right foot back and drop your knee to the floor. Coming into Anjaneyasana or low lunge, wiggle your left toes forward so that your knee is in line with your ankle. Bring your hands to your knee for the moment and pause in Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Both hands rest lightly on the left thigh. Take a moment to tack that right hip back and the left hip forward gently.
Check out your knee, make sure your back knee is comfortable. You can place a blanket under it if need be. The top of the back foot is taking good care of you. When you're ready, inhale and reach both arms up towards the sky, slight arch back. Heart is open, shining forward. Huge breath into the heart space here. Exhale, sink in a smidge more. Let it out. Once again, inhale, reach your fingers tall towards the sky. Lengthen the waist, heart opens. Let the light pour into your chest, heart space, pelvis, into that right hip. Huge breath in. Exhale, sink in a little bit more if it feels good. It should feel good. When things hurt, it's hard to see with a heart. It needs a very soft heart. Take good care. Huge breath in. Exhale, let it out. Lower your hands to either side of your foot. Curl your back toes, lift the knee up, and hop that back foot forward all the way to meet the front foot. We're going to come right back to a forward fold. Engage your belly and roll all the way up, inch by inch by inch by inch. Your head will be the last to rise. Open your arms out and up right away, reaching them wide, palms come together, slight arch back, hands come to heart center and pause. Huge breath in, huge breath out. Lower your hands out and up once again. Slight arch back, heart opens as you arch backwards. Exhale, fold forward gracefully into a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine is straight, rear end sticks out. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on the earth, step your left foot back. Come, drop the knee, come into Anjaneyasana on this side. With care, wiggle the right toes forward. Notice your right knee, it should be in line with your foot and not bending beyond the right ankle. Notice your left hip. Tack the right hip back and your left hip forward. Hands can rest lightly on your thigh for a moment. When you're ready and you've set yourself up well, your back knee is comfortable, reach both arms up towards the sky, reach both side bodies, wiggle your fingers towards the side, take a huge breath in. Let the breath and the light pour in through your fingers all the way down into that heart space, all the way into your groin. Exhale, sink in a little bit more and enjoy. Once again, huge inhale, drink the breath in through your arms. On the exhale, see with your heart. You can even close your eyes if that helps. I find that with eyes closed, I can connect with that heart space with much more ease. One more breath here. Exhale, sink in with kindness and softness. Lower your hands to either side of the right foot. Curl your back toes and gently hop that back foot forward towards the front foot, coming into a forward fold. Release your hands, engage your belly, and roll up inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. Your head is once again the last to rise. Notice how you feel. Open your palms towards the front. Come into Tadasana once again. Huge drink of breath. Exhale, let it out. One more huge in breath and out breath. We're going to transition to seated now and come into a pose called cow face pose, which is a strange name. What you're going to do is cross your knees. And today, let's start with the left knee over the right, the opposite of what most of us do naturally. And notice how your brain feels about the opposite, a little bit like seeing with your heart rather than your eyes. You're going to bring your right heel and right foot over towards the left hip, hugging it in as best you can. And bring your left knee atop the right knee as best you can. And grab your left ankle with your right hand and hug the left heel towards the right hip. When you get here, notice your sit bones, connect them into the earth, tilt your pelvis and sit up nice and tall with grace and elegance. If this doesn't work for you, you can loosen your knees, uncross your knees. You can come just into a cross-legged pose. For those of you in cow face pose, knee upon knee, hands on opposite ankles. Notice your sit bones, connect them both into the earth, and your heart shines forward here. Huge inhale and exhale. Connect with your belly deep down into that spot behind your navel as you hug your heels and ankles a little bit towards you. Puff your chest out. Breathe into those hips. Exhale, release. One more huge breath in. Exhale, release. Release your ankles. Release your legs. Untangle yourself and stretch your feet long in front. Take a moment to move that flesh of your seat with kindness. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward. Puff your chest forward once again. Exhale, fold forward towards your ankles, releasing equally on both sides. Head and neck release. Point your toes, flex your toes. Release further, relax the ankles and toes. Huge inhale into the heart space. Exhale, fold forward a smidge more. Slide up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. Sitting tall as you can, gently bend your knees, bring your hands behind you, sit up into Dandasana or staff pose once again. Drop your shoulders, straight your hands, cupcakes underneath your fingers, extend your knees, ankles flexed. Your heels may raise off the floor. Huge breath in. Exhale, release, everything still engaged. One more breath in into the belly. Strong center is needed. Exhale, let it out. Release everything. Recross your legs in the opposite direction. Your left heel is going to come to your right hip. Right knee atop the left knee. Grab your right ankle and bring it over towards the left hip in whatever way works for you. Find your sit bones, perhaps even rock on them until you find a nice, comfortable, even spot. You may notice that this looks very different on one side than the other. Honor that. Honoring that we're all different is a beautiful way of seeing with our hearts. Inhale, tilt your pelvis forward, align your spine, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Hands are on your ankles. You can hug them a little bit tighter if that feels good to you. Huge breath in. Exhale, let it out. One more huge drink of breath. Heart is light, seeing, gazing forward. Perhaps with clearer windows than when you began. Exhale, release. One more breath into both outer hips, sending them kindness and love. Creating space, letting the light in to help you see. Huge breath in. Exhale, heart gazes forward, shoulders relaxed. Untangle your legs and stretch them long in front once again. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way with kindness. Bend your right knee, hug your right heel towards your butt. Hands are on your shin. Take a moment to find your sit bones, move your belly out of the way, whatever you need to do. Hands wrap around the right shin. Pelvic bowl rolls forward, stack your spine, heart shines towards the front once again. Huge breath in. Notice your left toes. Make sure they're reaching towards the sky. Left leg fully engaged. Huge hug of that right hip. Exhale, let it out. Pick up the right foot, bring it over to the outer edge of the left thigh. Wrap your right arm around the right shin. Bring your right hand, left arm around your right shin, pardon me. Bring your right hand behind. Inhale, tilt the pelvic bowl forward, twist to the right. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder if it works for you. Huge breath in this twist here. Exhale, see with your heart here. Different perspective, different vision. One more breath in, stretch your spine tall, tall, tall. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Pick up that right foot, bring it back to the right side. Stretch it long. Even things out. Hug the left thigh in towards you. Left heel comes towards your rear end, and you're going to hug the shin with both hands. Squeeze it tight, even your hips. Stack your spine, heart shines forward as you hug it. Giving yourself a bit of a hug here, a bit of a different style hug. Huge breath in, heart light shining forward once again. See with your heart. Allow your heart to feel here as you hug that leg. Let the hip release. One more breath here. Use your belly. Exhale, let it out. Pick up that left foot. Bring it to the outer edge of the right thigh. Hug it in once again. Wrap your right arm around the left shin. Bring your left hand behind. Inhale, stack your spine, tilt your pelvis forward. Exhale, ring it out towards the left, gaze over the left shoulder and enjoy. Huge inhale. And exhale, let it out. Another big breath in. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Hug that knee in towards you. Pick it up, replace it to the left side, and stretch it long in front. Even your hips out once again. We'll bring our hands parallel to our legs and roll down to lie down. Use your belly and roll with kindness and intention, inch by inch by inch by inch, until your head lands on the floor. Allow your hands to rest on the floor. Adjust if needed, taking a moment to get comfortable here. Huge inhale and exhale. Another big breath in right into that heart space, nourishing the heart, cleaning its windows. And exhale, release. Raise your both arms up towards the ceiling, palms face one another, fingertips towards the sky. Inhale, lift your shoulders up, reach those fingers tall, tall, tall. Exhale, drop the humeral heads into the shoulders. Belly is engaged. Inhale, reach your fingers tall once again. Exhale, lower your arms above you, reach them towards the top of the mat and beyond. Huge breath into the heart space here. Heart is open, reaching towards the sky. The heart has a clear vision. Arch your back slightly, reach your fingers tall, tall, tall. Exhale, let it out. Once again, inhale, reach toes and fingers in either direction. Exhale, release. Reach both arms up towards the sky once again and lower them down by your side. Bring your feet in towards your buttock. Both soles of the feet on the earth. Flip your palms over towards the floor. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Shimmy your shoulders under you. Reach your hips towards the sky, coming into a bridge pose. And notice your heart here. See your heart yourself. Gift it this anti-gravity moment, breathing into all of it. Hips reach towards the sky, engaged. Knees energetically connect. Huge breath in. Exhale, reach your hips even higher. Untuck your shoulders, lower your hips,
towards the floor and allow yourself to arrive. Untuck your shoulders. Walk your heels about an inch farther in front. Place your right ankle on the left knee. Thread your hands through behind the left thigh. Hug your knee in towards you, coming into a figure four. Press your right elbow into the right knee and move your arms out of the way of your chest, creating space. Your heart needs space to see, clear its view. Huge breath in and out. Taking a moment here to enjoy. Lower your left foot towards the floor, release the left thigh. Uncross your foot and switch to the opposite side. Left ankle on top the right knee. Thread your hands through, draw your thigh towards you, coming into a figure four. Ankles are flexed to protect your knees. Enjoy. Left elbow can press into the left knee. Give your heart a window here to see. Perhaps close your eyes. We have to train our hearts to see and our eyes to see less. Both are needed, but maybe a little more balance, or knowing when you wish to see with your heart. Or seeing with both a little bit, noticing what's more helpful as a guide, how you'd like to live your life. Lower the right foot towards the floor. Uncross your feet. Lower your hands to the floor. Pick up your hips, shift them about 3 inches to the left. Draw your knees in towards you and allow them to fall to the right. Your right hand will land atop the left thigh. Stretch your right arm out in a, left arm out in a T or a cactus shape. Notice what works for your shoulder with kindness. Everyone's shoulders and hearts and chests are different. And allow your heart to open and see here. Bathing it with light and attention. These heart openers are critically important. We spend so much time folded forward onto computers and phones and steering wheels. Spending some time luxuriously opening your heart, giving it a view. Huge breath into the heart space here. Exhale, let it out. Notice if you want to adjust your arm position. Release your right hand. Bring your knees back to center. Soles of the feet on the earth. Pick up your hips, shift them about 6 inches to the left. Draw your knees in towards your chest and allow your knees to fall. I said that backwards. Hips to the right, knees to the left. Opposite direction. Left hand lands on the outer right thigh. Right arm extends in a T or a cactus shape. Whatever feels good. Play with where your arm and elbow would like to be. Where is your heart and shoulder happiest? Yoga is an invitation to do what works for you. Noticing what works for your body, what feels good. Allowing your heart to slow down and your heart to open here. Release the left hand. Bring your knees back to center. Reorganize those hips. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Left hand can come to the heart space, right hand on the belly. If you need a different arm position for your shoulders, do that. If you need blocks for your knees, do that. If you prefer to come into Shavasana because your hips don't like this, do that. A moment here to check in with your heart space and your belly. You can stay here for Shavasana if you wish, or you can bring your hands to your thighs, gently draw your knees together and stretch your legs long in front. Allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat and release your hands about 6 inches by your waist. I invite you to leave your hands open towards the sky today, if that's okay for your shoulders. Giving your heart this opportunity to shine out. Notice the heart space as you relax into Shavasana, taking in a deep breath right into that heart, filling it with breath, compassion, kindness, support. Softening so it can see. Exhale, let it out. And allowing yourself the opportunity to sink in, to relax, to let the earth hold you. Allow your lungs to breathe on their own. And as you lie here, I'm going to read you the birthday of the world. When I was very small, my grandfather was my favorite person in the world. He called me by a special name, Nia Shuma Le, which means little beloved soul. And he knew many, many stories. When I turned 4, he gave me a very old story called The Birthday of the World. It goes like this. In the beginning, there was only darkness. And then a great ray of light ended the darkness, and the world was born. The world of 1,000 things was filled with light. Then something unexpected happened. The light of the world broke into millions and millions of sparks of light. These sparks fell everywhere. They fell into everyone and everything. They fell into all the people, boys, girls, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas. They fell into all the animals, dogs and cats and guinea pigs and rabbits. They fell into all the fish in the ocean and all the birds in the sky. They fell into all the plants and all the trees and into all the families. And they are still there today, hidden in everyone and everything. This is why you were born and I was born and everyone was born. We were all born because we can each find the spark of light that is hidden in everyone and everything. We can become its friend. We can feed it and help it grow bigger and shine more brightly. We can help it grow so bright that it becomes visible once again, one spark at a time. But Grandpa, I asked, if the sparks of light are hidden and we cannot see them, how can we find them? Ah, Neshumale, said my grandpa, we can't see them with our eyes. We can only see them with our hearts. Only your heart can see the spark of light that's hidden in everyone and everything. When we are kind to people or listen to them or believe in them or love them or help them realize their deepest dreams, we help their spark grow bigger and brighter until their light shines out and fills up the world again, one spark at a time. And when it does, your own spark grows bigger and shines brighter and brighter. So the world is not broken, Grandpa. The light is still there. My grandfather smiled fondly at me. Yes, Numa Shele, the light is hidden, but the light is still there. It will always be there, and that changes everything. By Rachel Naomi Remen.
So I invite you to gently deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And if it would feel good, stretch your arms long above and your toes long in front, taking in a huge drink of breath. And an exhale, release everything that needs to go. Draw your knees into your chest and roll over to one side, pausing for a moment. Noticing how you feel. Connecting with that light within you. Connecting with the wisdom of your heart and the vision that your heart offers. And when you're ready, press into your hands and come up to a comfortable seat where we began. Re-find your sit bones. Connect them into the earth. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward and stack your spine tall. Place your hands on your thighs. You can place them open towards the sky if that feels good. Taking a moment to let the light shine in through your hands right up into that heart space, filling it with those sparks of light. Bring a hand to heart and another hand atop to trap that light in. Taking a moment to connect with yourself. May you all connect with what surprises you, what touches your heart, and what inspires you this week. May you all see with your hearts, and may you all continue to heal the world. Thanks so much for practicing with me today, and happy Women Physicians Day to those of you that are physicians, and happy Heart and Love Month to all.